Hello and welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Anubis. This is a Scrim. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. All right, cool. Let's get into it. So you're running 3 tanks, so triple tank. You got a D.Va, you got a Roadhog, Reinhardt. You got 2 healers, the Zen and the Ana, and then this over here is Soldier. So let's talk about like my ideal way to set up for defense on this map. We'll need a better angle here.
I mean, that's kind of like transfer.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So let me just kind of first talk about my ideal comp and my ideal setup. So I'd like on this wall right here, there's like a ledge to the left. I'd like a Winston there. I'd like a D.Va here. I'd like a Soldier up here, a Zen where this Ana is now, and then an Ana up here. And then the last person could be a Roadhog, could be a Genji, maybe a Tracer who kind of plays deep, maybe like in this kind of area over here, or just like with this D.Va. And you know, there's some interchangeable parts, like, you know, this Soldier could be a Widow, or maybe like D.Va is where this Winston is, and then instead of that Winston, you have like a Roadhog over here, you know. So it's not totally rigid. But the key thing to take away here is that you have this kind of triangle with the Ana over here and the Zen here and the Soldier here, and they can all kind of support each other, and they're all just around the point. You know, and it's pretty flexible because, and not just flexible, but it's very defensible, because let's say they bring out like a Widow or a Pharah over here, right? Like that's pretty popular in this area. So then this Soldier can, you know, go hide behind that pillory thing. Ana can, you know, hide behind this wall and go this way. Zen can go this way, you know, towards this palm tree and this wall here. And as another side note, I like when playing Zen here, I like to get on this little, there's like this little, I think like a canopy just to the right that you can kind of play with when necessary, and then, you know, and then get off of when you need to be back or get more defense, or like use like the environment as defense. So yeah, so there's a lot here, and then let me delete this, and then you have like a pretty meaty front line in the Winston and Roadhog and D.Va, or again, you can substitute one of those for like a Genji or a Tracer, just to add more chaos and frustration to the offense. So you have this, you know, this pretty good front line, and then you have this pretty nice back line, and there's a nice balance where they can kind of support each other. And you know, the back line can push forward sometimes in certain situations when the front line needs more support, but in general, the front line needs to make sure they don't overextend. Unless one of the times you can do that, or when you can push forward, is like if you're cleaning up a fight, for instance, like you got 2 kills, and then the rest, and then as a team you decide to push out and clean up the rest and get like a team kill, or just, you know, just get more kills or whatever. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm not a huge fan of this Reinhardt pick here, or I think that's where Reinhardt is. In previous seasons, I feel like it worked out, but I feel like people are starting to kind of figure out how to play around Reinhardt, and the answer is quite simple, but it's not easy to execute, or at least not yet. And I say that because I feel like as the game evolves, people will figure out like how to comfortably play with each other, and that's probably generally geared. That comment is geared more towards solo queue, but the way you handle Reinhardt is you just kind of you abuse all these extra flanking routes, right? And surround him. And yeah, it's just kind of, there are definitely maps and situations to bust out the Reinhardt. In my opinion, this is not one of them. There's just too much area for him to too much area to abuse Reinhardt with. Okay, so that's kind of the general idea. With this comp, if you were going to run something like this, I would have, let's see, I would still have Soldier up here. I'd have Zen still back here. So the triangle basically that we talked about, Ana, Zen, Soldier. And then, yeah, I guess I would just have your 2 tanks up here in this area, and then Roadhog contesting this room over here, like this flank and the kind of this general area. And then if someone decides to sneak up, you know, using this path, or maybe more kind of towards main, then Roadhog, if no one's coming down this flank that Roadhog's coming from, then the team rotates. So the way they do that is the Reinhardt and the D.Va, maybe they back up and they go this way towards the point, and then Roadhog can then stay on this upper ground up here. So everyone kind of just like rotates. Similarly, if the enemies do not go here and instead elect to go this route, then actually this team is actually set up perfectly for that, because then Reinhardt can hold that room with the Reinhardt and the D.Va, and then this triangle can easily all poke at that room. But I think smart teams aren't going to really do something like that. It would be really silly to send 6 bodies in that room. You're almost always going to get at least one person going this way. Okay, cool. I think that's enough theory. I just want to wrap up this comment or this idea. Basically, I like teams to use as much high ground and as much of this area around the point as possible, and collapse onto opponents when possible, and to rotate depending on the path that they're taking, and kind of do this dance with them, and then they can fight when the fight best suits them, or at the very least a 50-50 where the opponents attacked very well, the defense defended very well, and then we get a fight that was like earned, like correctly, let's say, even though I don't like that term correctly, but maybe optimally or something. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's get into it.
Really?
McCree's plays will skyrocket.
Like 300.
Everybody will play McCree behind you.
Okay. Oh brother. Okay, so you guys got 5 people on this ledge. The one good thing about this is that Anna's back here, but again, you guys are just you're all clumped up here, and it's scary. If they have a Pharah, she can obviously dislodge people and poke at, behind Reinhardt's shield, or at Reinhardt's shield directly if she thinks that's the better option. Widow can also get picks. If you're gonna play it this way, so let's say they bring out a Widow. Obviously Reinhardt can protect them, but that really restricts your movement, right? As a team, you don't want to just all clump up behind Reinhardt's shield. That's exactly what they want. So Widow's gonna drastically limit the way you can move. Whereas the style that I like, there's environment that you can use to get out of her line of sight. And play with, it's not, obviously, like I said, it's not super rigid, but at least it's something there to fall back on. And here, I'm trying to think what you would do with Widow. You'd probably your teammates would have to go right, and similar to Pharah, go right or just back off. So that's kind of the general idea. So I really don't like this. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Pharah.
D.Va. Oh,
Nice kill.
Good kill, good
Wait,
kill.
How did you?
someone hit
Their
him with
pharmacy?
something.
Okay, so they got a Pharah.
With Pharah discorded. I pegged them a couple of times, I think, but whatever.
Keep the pressure on the Pharah with the D.Va.
Discord, he's
Okay.
Okay,
He's
cool.
level
So
one.
I like that you were looking at the scoreboard for their comp. That's great.
Oh,
I don't think I saw a Widow. Okay.
Pharah discord is going around right.
Yeah,
She's gonna peek now, poking.
Oh, that was almost there. Which one's got need health? They're
Genji.
going left.
G left.
Oh, you got okay.
They're on me already on the left. They're on me.
Okay.
Go.
I thought I heard a Lucio. I like the idea there, but behind that sleep dart, you just kind of didn't do it very well. So as we can see, they elected to do a flank here.
Point, please.
I'm with DK.
Oh no. Okay. So wow. So this is exactly what a flanker wants. For your team to panic, and I like that your team came to help you because you said, hey, come or whatever, and your team did, but actually you didn't need everybody to come. So this kind of shows to me that your team isn't really good at knowing how to rotate. You literally, it feels like every 5 of your teammates came to help you, and you just needed 1 or 2. So this is kind of like a panic move, and now you're all going to be clumped up. This is so dangerous. Hopefully you guys kind of, at this point, you spread out a little bit more. But you can just see how with that little flank that they just did, I think it was Lucio, or maybe, I think I heard a Lucio, but I think you also said, I think I heard you say Genji was there, but I'm not sure. And I didn't hear his footsteps, but whatever. Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. But if I was on this offense, if I was on the offense side, I'd be like, guys, we just totally outplayed them. They're all clumped up on the point, you know. Or I might not say that, but you know, I'd be thinking that. So we'll see how this works out.
Genji discorded.
Get the Winston
DM,
one.
out of DM.
Nice.
One.
Oh. Okay. Well, okay. We'll see how this works out. Maybe you guys still pull it out.
Mercy's low.
Lucio, right side, super low.
That's
Mercy's like half now.
Okay.
They're on.
So I'm assuming the point's gone. When you have as attackers on this map, you have a huge spawn advantage. Like the difference is big. Man, yeah. So you want favorable trades on defense, right? The offense is totally okay with a sloppy team fight. The defense is not for point A on this map. So that's exactly what they were looking for. So they basically just played it. They played it pretty well, but honestly, you guys kind of just, your positioning was already set up to fail. The only way, again, your team does well in that scenario is if they send like 6 bodies down that room on the right side, and it just kind of tries to outmuscle you, and you know that's not a smart way to play. People are starting to evolve and figure this game out a little better. They just had like a little flank on that left side, and that was enough to just dismantle your entire defense. Okay. So
Pharah's gonna have ult really soon.
Okay, we have a diva for that one.
Okay, so you switched the Zenyatta for a Sombra. I think that's it. Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah. Okay, so still triple tank. Okay, so you're basically, you're gonna have, your healing's gonna be, I mean, Sombra's kind of like half of a healer, or like 75% of a healer. So and the fact that you're running triple tank, whew. But you have the Roadhog and the, okay, actually, you know, yeah, this is good. I personally like Sombra on defense for 2 CP maps. I think for point A and point B in general, I think she does well for both, for most maps, just in general. And I'm trying to figure out if you guys have enough healing, and I think you do. So I think this comp is just fine. So let's kind of talk about setup. Let's see if we can get a better angle. Oh, why is this not? Oh, excuse me. That's why.
They have they're gonna have res. They're gonna be close to Blade and Pharah ult. Alright, I'm gonna play.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. So here, in general, I'd like Soldier up here. I mean, that's not exactly, you know, new. You know, not that anything that I'm saying is like new or interesting. It's just like kind of the style that I think works and that I've observed works. So Soldier up here. He can fall back this way. I'd like Ana for him. I like for Ana and Soldier to kind of tag team and watch out for each other. So them on the left side. Where Ana is now in this back room is actually okay too. Like that can work. Kind of depends on their comp. With the Pharah, with them having a Pharah, the enemy team, it kind of makes me feel, yeah, I wouldn't quite like Ana in this room, because Pharah can just keep throwing rockets into this hallway, and it makes it hard for Pharah to peek out. So maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I'd like Diva and Reinhardt to hold main roughly in this area, and then I'd like Sombra and Roadhog to tag team that right room for her to get that health pack, and then they can really contest that flank really well. I think they can do a good job of holding that down. Sombra should probably hack either this health pack, or the one underneath the point here first, one of these two first, and then the third one should probably be this one over here, when possible. Okay. Let's talk about how to kind of rotate. So last time your rotation was, you know, pretty abysmal. I don't want you to make the same mistake again. So here it's different from, obviously it's very different from the point A, but because you're set up in kind of a 2-2-2, if depending on how the opponents flank, like let's say, so there's kind of 3 paths, right, the opponents can take. Let me delete this. The opponents can go here, here, or here. So those 3 paths, roughly. Let's say they send like a 4-2, so like 4 here and 2 down main. Then you can elect to, this Soldier and Ana can, they can kind of like rotate this way. And then Sombra and Roadhog can then rotate this way. And similar for the other side, like if they send 4 on this side over here and then 2 down main, then similar situation, Ana and Soldier can rotate this way, and then Roadhog and Sombra can rotate back this way. And you know, I'm speaking in very broad strokes here. This depends on the comp, your comp, the enemy's comp. ultimates, things like that. But generally, that is kind of how you want to rotate, where you have like a strong side and a weak side, and maybe the opponents go like a 2-2-2 to match your 2-2-2. Then that fight's going to actually be really interesting. And actually, I feel like I don't see enough of that kind of play to comment on exactly how you then kind of overpower your your opponents in that scenario. But I like to see that more. I think it'd be a really interesting and smart way to play. And I'm looking, as someone who just loves Overwatch, like I just want to see more people do that kind of stuff, and I want to see how it works, because I have a very, very strong suspicion that that's kind of like where this game is going. Like that's the way this game is evolving, where the more you divide your attack up, the more, and assuming that your team is coordinated, that's gonna be vastly superior to an equally skilled team who doesn't do that kind of stuff, right? That's my thinking. Maybe you disagree, but I think that's where this game is going. So, anyways, enough about that. If you're not comfortable with that kind of strategy, then you can just do like a 4-2. Maybe you put like 4 people down on the defensive side. You can put like 4 people around main, and then like have like 2 people on this side. You could try to do something like that. But again, I don't think that's the way to go. That's my thinking. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna play left side.
I have shatter. I'll just shatter the blade or something.
I don't think you should do that. I think it's bad for that.
Okay, so
Left side.
you have where's your soldier? Okay, and your Sombra just died. Oh, this is not good. They had just won the first point so quickly, so they're probably gonna have ultimate advantage. So, yikes! The fact that Sombra died is pretty scary already. So hopefully you guys get another pick in return. I like where Ana is now. This is pretty good. I want her to stay back here as much as possible. No. Oh, this looks bad. Okay, hopefully you get a sleep dart here.
And he's in?
Oh no. Okay, Earth Shatter. Okay.
Okay, nice. Good job. I'm dead.
Oh. Oof.
Nice hook, nice
You have
hook.
no heals.
Okay, so I really. Oh. Okay, really quick. And the res. I really would have liked Ana to stay back and make that Genji work more for that Dragon Blade. Potentially, she had time to get back to spawn, maybe. And at the very least, get an easier sleep dart, because when you're on the point like that, he can dance around you better. But when he's coming at you from like a distance, it's much easier to land a sleep dart.
There's res.
I'm dead. I got dove.
Go point. Shit.
Oh, Diva ult.
Nice symbol.
She got a kill. Okay. You guys might be able to hold this.
On Lucio
Oh,
now?
maybe not.
On Lucio?
Oh, maybe
He
not.
was one in the back.
Yikes. Oh, maybe.
Lucio dead, Winston?
So you probably should switch, or should have switched to like a Tracer or a Lucio or something to stall. Okay, this is good.
Point, get on point!
Point please. I got a tick from that.
Okay. I think you're still running the triple tank. Did anybody switch? No, it looks like you're still running the triple tank. Okay, I'd like you to switch back to Ana actually. You just, like we talked about earlier, like the amount of healing that you have, it was enough with the Ana in my opinion, but with the Lucio, maybe not so much. Oh, you just lost soldier. Oh, this is like deja vu.
Hit once. Hit to Lucio.
I'm dead.
Mercy.
Point please. Okay.
She's underneath.
Lucio 1.
Oh, brother.
What's his that?
Call targets.
Oh man, I'd be shocked if you guys held this. Jump around the pillars. Those pillars. Those pillars to your right are your friend is Lucy. You can jump around them.
I'm dead. Dying, dead.
They're all down.
Shatter on there, good on there.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, your point A defense was not so great. I would say it was quite poor. Your point B defense, well, you guys didn't really have time to. It felt like you didn't actually really set up for it. Your Sombra got killed, and then at that point, it was pretty tough because they had kind of the snowball advantage from the first point. So I can't quite critique your point B defense very much. It was really unfortunate that Sombra died, so that was a pretty big misplay. Okay, cool. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so you're running triple DPS. Okay, and Winston. I don't mind this. I think this is kind of... I've seen this more, at least on the Chinese server. A lot of triple DPS. It's just becoming more and more common. Okay, That's cool. What I'd want to see here, well, it's very simple. So I talked a lot about the defense, the defensive side, and now it should be easier to talk about the offense. I want a lot of flanking. I want people going, basically all sorts of different routes. Like Genji can go that left route where he goes like left and then he climbs up into that window and then gets like behind the point. I'd like Pharah to be pressing, to be poking from from the front, just shooting down at that ledge where people like to put people, where teams like to put people, like that center area, dislodging people from there. Widow, I want her to go up there as well on that like gate platform, I don't know what it's called, and just like shooting down as well. Winston will have to, I'd like him to go right, so opposite of where the Genji is going, into that room and see if he can get kind of behind the point on the right side. And obviously, it really depends on what their defense looks like, but generally that's kind of the idea where you spread out your resources and then collapse at the same time or roughly at the same time. Okay, cool. So that's generally the idea. Mercy actually has a lot of targets to like jump between to heal herself, to heal her teammates. So she should be pretty slippery. So I expect this Mercy not to die too much, unless they have like a really sick Widow or a McCree or something. I don't know. Okay, that's pretty much it. The key is that you guys attack at the same time, and I would say the second most important thing is that you try to flank and coordinate your attacks so that you're coming from different angles. Okay.
There's Ryan and a Roadhog.
Alright. Tell me you guys are ready to jump and I'll move.
Okay. I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yep.
Let's jump in. Go! I got
Roadhog
hook.
discorded. Roadhog discorded.
Roadhog
3-1.
discorded.
Die, okay.
Roadhog's half. Roadhog's half.
They're running pharmacy.
Roadhog's lit.
Okay, so
left side.
He's dead.
So you guys kind of just ran at this. This is not what I'm looking for. You guys, like in my opinion, like you just kind of ran at them. You didn't take the time to set up to let Genji or Winston get any kind of flanking routes and and use the environment to their advantage. Like you don't have to just start fighting in the first 5 seconds. Be patient. Take the extra 5 to at the most 10 seconds, because it wouldn't even take that long to get into position. And yeah, okay.
Anna's not plateau anymore.
McCree's up there.
I can't tell where your Genji
drive
and
on
Winston
point.
are. Okay. Oh, I see what. Okay, so I like where Genji is. I think he's in that room where I want him to climb up into that window. So he hasn't quite done that yet. And then we have Winston here. I can't tell if he's in that room with the health pack or if he's kind of just below that ledge. But I would like him to be in that room, and I would like him to keep flanking right. Okay. And you got your Widow and your Zen here. Okay. This is looking more promising than last time, so we'll see how you engage. So be patient.
And try to get
I think we split it.
It looks like Winston just dove on the point, so I'm not happy with that.
On top left.
Bridge.
And
no, use one.
And your Genji died. Okay.
You should go Diva for
Diva.
Yeah, go Diva.
Yeah, I like the Diva for dealing with that Roadhog when he gets hooks. When he gets hooks, and then Diva can just DM his left click. So I like that call. That's a very good call. And again, that engagement wasn't very good. It looks like your Genji maybe got tied up in a fight with someone. And it's hard to critique as a coach from his perspective, right? Like as an analyst, it's hard to say if what he dealt with and if he handled it correctly or not. But I can tell just based off what I saw from Winston, pretty sure that was not a good engagement.
Killing this kill.
Widow's, what's it called? Pharah's half health.
We can push him. 5v5. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys got that pick with
Jump in
Widow.
on Reinhardt.
Good.
Reinhardt's half health.
Alright.
Reinhardt's almost dead. Reinhardt's almost dead.
And this should go better. You guys got that pick, so that was great. So again, you have the attacker's advantage. So picks for you are more important than picks for them. And now that you have this Diva, it's going to be a little bit easier now to just crash in front of them. So you guys are doing kind of the same thing again, where you're just kind of running at them. And even though I don't like it, it's much more likely to succeed with this Diva pick to kind of to minimize the impact that Roadhog has. All right.
Nice, man. They wasted. Jump on Anna. Anna's on
Yeah.
Anna's almost dead.
He's
Cool.
dead.
Fire behind you guys. Fire behind you guys.
Yes.
Get this
McCree.
Diva's almost out of
McCree point. Nice.
Diva's out of max.
When you heard McCree's footsteps, I would have liked for you to look for a target to jump to. Like, I think Widow was out of range, but maybe like Zen. So I would have liked to see you be more slippery. Okay, you guys have 5 ults, So you can snowball this next push. I don't like, as you can tell, I don't like when teams just kind of crash onto a point head first, but this is one of those times where you actually can do that because of your, well, will you have ult advantage? I think you will have ult advantage. Yeah, but I think you guys can do it, especially with the Mercy. The question is, do they have a Mercy? They do have a Mercy. So the question is, does she have res? So in a situation like this, usually the Mercy that has to res second, that gets to res second, in my experience, tends to win the fight. So the team that has the Mercy res second, or uses it second, tends to win the fight. So yeah, okay. So basically, in this situation, I'm okay if you guys just go for a win here. Similar, kind of like what they did. Except what they did, it was really dependent on that Sombra pick. So anyways, let's see what happens.
Alright, break the D.Va mech. Break the D.Va mech.
Genji going right.
Yeah, mech's just up top.
Okay, cool. And you got the Widow ult.
I'm gonna
Cool.
jump up top as well.
So you see where they are.
Oh my god, that fucking
Quality's not so great, so I can't quite tell where they're set up. But I think you guys can still go for this really hard push.
Okay.
Genji's really late. Genji's half health. Genji's half health on the right.
Okay.
Oh, Genji dash back. He's still half. He's like 2 ticks.
Okay.
I'm jumping on Genji in the back.
Let's go.
I like that you're being more patient with this setup. You guys didn't just like go for it. So I'm a fan actually that you guys just didn't like jump on them. I'm assuming that based on where they were laid out with the Widowmaker, you guys were you know, a little bit hesitant and kind of just feeling them out, doing that dance a little bit. I love that. That's great. Now it looks like you're going. It looks like, did Winston just jump?
Oh, let's go.
Hold on, I want to hear that again.
Ticks. I got you. I'm jumping on Genji in the
Let's
back.
go,
Actually,
let's
they
go,
don't have nade.
Okay, so I like that he called that he was jumping on Genji. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Good. So he gave his teammates, you know, I can't tell if like the audio is synced up exactly with the video, but I'm assuming that he gave his teammates a heads up that he was going in on Genji or whatever. So I like that. That lets his team know that he needs to go, that everyone needs to go to follow up with him. Where is D.Va? Because she needs to be there like right now.
Let's go. I'm
Okay, so
ulting.
there's D.Va. Okay, so minus points for D.Va. She needed to be with that Winston like right behind him. Okay.
Anna's one.
And again, it's hard to criticize because I don't have her perspective. So.
Bump up behind,
Okay,
bump up behind.
okay.
She's low, D.Va low.
Oh,
Genji's
whoa,
also-
Reinhardt.
Alright,
A
B
wild
now,
Reinhardt
Alright,
Mercy on point,
appears.
Mercy on
Okay.
point.
Get on point. Get on point.
She's almost dead.
Oh,
Yeah, nice. Good kill.
oh, you guys might have this.
I'm trying to boot. I'll boot him back.
Oh no, he's
Oh.
almost
I'm
dead.
stunned. Fuck, I'm dead.
Oh, maybe you guys don't have this.
I think it's just Anna or something.
She's
Tracer low.
dead. Rest.
Genji low.
You might be able to get back to the point in time to get a fatty res.
Anna discorded.
And Anna's was dead. Nice.
Genji discorded.
And Genji
Genji's
gets
also
dead.
Discord.
Nice, good shit, guys. Good
Nice.
shit.
Okay, so unfortunately, I don't have more time to do to work on this VOD, but it looks like this is gonna go into overtime. But cool. So yeah, so you guys did a really good job. You guys have ultimate. You guys that second point, you had ultimate advantage. I think I'm gonna assume they had maybe like 3 ults. And you guys just went for it. I like that you didn't just like run at them, even though like I would have been okay with that. You guys just took maybe like 3 or 4 seconds to kind of heal up, regroup, kind of think about where to go, and like that Winston called out, said, oh, I'm gonna go for that Genji. That's really good communication, and you guys were all patient with each other. I would have liked for D.Va to follow up a little bit quicker with Winston. But I really liked your patience there. Just those couple extra seconds make a huge difference. And then you guys, you know, burned your ultimates. You went to town, and yeah, that makes me really happy. I'm really happy with that engagement. And it was off the back of that previous win because you guys had so many ultimates. So cool. Maybe I can just I'll let this play while I wrap up. So. Defense needs a lot of work. I need you guys to be thinking about think really critically about for every map, like how you want to defend. You know, roughly, don't be so rigid with your defenses. You know, just kind of a loose idea. That way everyone is on the same page about, okay, like this person's generally going to do this. This person's generally going to do this. They're going to be roughly in this area. Their role is XYZ. They're going to support this person. This person's in their line of sight. And that way everyone has like a map in their mind to be like, oh, okay. When they're making decisions, they can be like, okay, based on what I'm seeing now, this is probably the best option as opposed to, you know, Y or whatever, like Y option. Cool. your offense, your offense. So the one thing about your offense is, at least for point A, I want you guys to be more patient, kind of like what you did with point B, with the tweak that I want you to try to approach the fight from different angles. Trust me, that's just gonna elevate your team play so much. And if you do it patiently, like you did just now, you're just gonna perform better, plain and simple. Okay, so this is kind of the style defense that I was talking about earlier. With the one exception that I would like you to abuse the space around the point a little bit more. That being said, this is a really good style. Like, I like this. I would say this is, in my opinion, this is a smart way to do it. Not the style that I would go for, but still, in my opinion, a very solid, good one that can work. So I like this. I kind of wish you guys had done this the first time. Yeah, cool. So unfortunately, I don't have more time, but cool. Keep up the good work and good luck.